Scrapper. Hey Brits, I'm reviewing a film of yours. If that gets me any views. Um, this film is available on Paramount Plus, and sadly, it does not have audio description. But it was recommended to me uh, after people were talking about films that had made the BAFTA shortlists, and this was on them. This was one of those, British national films. I don't know, UK originals that actually um, got a little bit of notice on the list. And I've heard it described as being a British version of Paper Moon. Uh, so if that gives you any idea of what to expect, um, cool. Largely because Lola Campbell, who plays Georgie, the lead of the film, definitely earns that, like, in spades. Um, she feels so much like Tatum O'Neal. It's just uncanny. Just it's amazing. It's such a great performance. We talked a lot this year about Milo Machado's performance in Anatomy of a Fall, and also Abby Ryder Fortson and Are You There, God? As being Margaret, as being two. But I think this is just because people just haven't seen Scrapper and they don't know to root for it. Scrapper, this is the kind of film that I wish it had audio description, because I have a feeling I would be willing to fight for this film and put it in my top of the year. I really enjoyed what I could enjoy of it, but there are a lot of breaks, a lot of dead silence things in here, and without audio description, it's really hard to get fully engaged. But man, when I was engaged, I was engaged. I like the story. I liked what it was trying to do. I like the characters that come in and out of Georgie's life. Just where we are. It felt like it had its own thing going. And there aren't films that are like it this year. And that's what I liked about it. Is I love that we have to reach all the way back to Paper Moon in order, like, it's pretty far back to have to reach to a film to go, what is it like? I don't know. It reminded me of Wings. Like, I think I think it's pretty safe when you get past a certain point. Like, if you remind people of something that was, more than at least 10, definitely 20 years ago, then you've done a pretty good job of feeling pretty original. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say about Lola Campbell. It's just I know nobody knows who she is. It's last year we talked about After Sun, and we talked about the girl who was the main performer in that. Lola Campbell's dancing just all around her here. I mean, this girl's got so much presence and just everything. And that was all without audio description too. I was just like, man, this girl's amazing. I don't know where she came from. This is casting, like, on point. Somebody found her. So what we talk about with Dominic Sessa in The Holdovers is, like, when you go out and you go, bam, out of nowhere. You need somebody who really works in this role. She plays a girl. It feels I wanted to compare it to the Florida Project, but that makes it sound way more depressing than it actually is. Um, so I'm not gonna do that. But it definitely was one of those films that, like, through my mind for a little bit there. Um, but she plays Georgie, who is a kid who, for reasons that obviously the movie will tell you, because it's presenting you Georgie as she is now, is figuring out life on her own. And you don't know why, because she's obviously young. She's like a tween, and why she has to navigate life and figure out how to earn money and live for herself. But the fact that she's doing it is amazing. The fact that she kind of cons her way through things. She has to, like, pretend. She gets a guy to, like, record voices for her, so that when people are like, you know, I guess she pretends to be homeschooled so she doesn't have to go in. Um, so that way she can say that everything is okay in her home life and uh, whatever. So she's just like a master of navigating and being far more adult than she should need to be at her age. And her life is upended um, when a figure from her past comes back into her life. I don't even want to ruin it. I don't even want to ruin like the like the later the rest of the film. I just want to talk about Georgie because that was Georgie's by far the most interesting. And even when the film starts to evolve and change, it's she's still giving a great performance. Um, you know, just she's so confident and everything. And even in the scenes where she's not confident, there's this almost like it's waiting to be busting out of like confidence. There's a scene where they were talking about the Tooth Fairy that I just really, uh, yeah, it's both heartbreaking, but at the same time, you can tell that the old Georgie is still there. She's still a scrapper. you know, this is a really enjoyable film. Fuck me for not, I really wish this had audio description so that I could grade this and just tell everybody to watch it. Fortunately, it doesn't. Um, I don't know whose fault that is. I know it's a Brit film, and it just wound up. It's on Paramount Plus. Uh, you have to actually search for it too. I had to search for it. I found out it was on Paramount Plus. It wasn't even like in a row. I don't know when it was added to Paramount Plus. If I missed it, probably didn't know what Scrapper was, so I probably just was like, I'll skip over that. So, but yeah, it just doesn't have it, and it's a shame. So, we should again, we need to continue to put audio description on things, and I while I can only speak to power here in America. I know that there are people that are doing it in the UK and in Canada and Australia and other places where English is spoken, and people that should be doing it for hopefully whatever their country is in their native language. So it should not just be a uniquely American thing that we have access as blind people to film, which is just how it is. But it becomes a little bit of a mixed bag um, because of the lack of audio description and the fact that it's asking me to sit in scenes that, as the film changes, become different than what they were when the film started. And the film evolves. It's a lot better and a lot smarter than you would initially think it is. And but it became more difficult to watch without the audio description. It's not a straight up comedy with just like whip smart dialogue back and forth. That's not this film. So sadly, my grade is where it is. I don't get joy out of doing this, but when film companies and streamers put me in a position as a blind film critic to have to point out the lack of accessibility persistently in so many of my reviews over and over and over, it leads me here. So unfortunately, Scrapper is unwatchable. However, I do wish Lola Campbell the best career ever, and I'm gonna try to remember that name because it absolutely deserves to be remembered. Yes, 100%. So, if for some reason this is like an American thing and we just didn't get it on Paramount Plus and you're watching me and you're over there in the UK and you haven't seen Scrapper yet and you know you can access it with audio description, please do. I think it's probably a delightful film. So I have every reason to believe that this is a great film. It moves pretty quickly too. The runtime was under 90 minutes. So there's stuff here to like. I just wish I'd been able to talk about the totality of the film. So Anyway, please click that subscribe button because I do need to talk about audio description in front of the largest group of audience possible. Just applied for another Critics Guild, and they were like, "Why do you want to become a member of a Critics Guild?" And I was like, "Because I have to talk about audio description and be taken seriously by studios and streamers, and the only way that I can do that is by being on the same playing field as everybody else. So I have to get there somehow. Um, I have to get there by subscribers, by being in guilds. I have to force them to look at me and to look at who I am and to look at the community that is behind me. So please click that subscribe button. Um, Also, you can go to my website, macthemovieguy.com. You can follow me on X Threads or Instagram at macthemovieguy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. And you can go to the ADNA.org. That's the ADNA.org. It'll let you know who's narrating your favorite films and television series. That's it. I will watch something else and see you guys on the other side.